Yo, what is up? What is up, everybody? Blind Metal Gamer here, your favorite visually impaired PS5 gamer. Today, I'm bringing you something a little bit different. This is my very first heavy metal album review, that being Civil War. This right here, Civil War Invaders. You're probably wondering, hey, Blind Metal Gamer, is this album worth buying or not? Well, let's find out, shall we? Here's what we're going to do. We're going to use the Sing AI app to read.
Document. Bottom and left edges not visible.
To read the
No
text.
edges visible. Bottom edge not visible.
Let's let it do its thing here. So,
Right and bottom edges not visible.
as we await the app to do its thing, this album was released on June 17th, 2022. It's the first Civil War album to have Kimberly Sundown Carpenter on vocals.
Processing.
It's processing. Here we go. All right, we should get all right. This consists of 11 tracks. What we're going to do is I'm going to have Seeing AI play each one, and I'm going to talk about each one. So here we go.
Heart of Dark. Heart of Darkness under Som Villacursion Soldiers and King Swarkia Soul Slaughterhouse Battle of Life Custer's Last Stand All Rights Reserved $sign plus at 2022 Napalm Records handles GmbH.
Alright, apparently I didn't get it all. Let's try this.
No edges visible. Bottom and left edges not visible.
Yeah, let's do it over here. This might be the best way to do this.
No edges visible.
What I'm trying to do is get it where it'll...
Hold steady. Processing.
There we go. Let's see if it gives us 11 now. Oh, this would be perfect. Okay, so what I'm going to do before I get going with the review portion of it and doing track by track is the album was released June 17th of 2022. It's available on CD, on Apple Music, on Spotify, anywhere you can buy music, you can find it. So we're going to go through each track and talk about them, and I'm going to give my thoughts.
All rights reserved plus 2022 Napalm Records handles GmbH. Hammerplatz 2 8790 Easterners. Austria Oblivion Manskler that Shirt of Darkness Anderson Villa Carry On Soldiers and King's Warrior Soul Slaughterhouse 5 Battle of Life Ministra. Custer's Last Stand Austro Mecana to NAPALH.
Alright.
All rights reserved plus 2022 Napalm Records handles GmbH. Hammerplatz 2 8790 Easterners. Austria Oblivion Manskler Stop. Play. Button. Increase font size. Button. Increase font size. Increase font size.
Here we go.
Increase font size. Increase font size.
Here we go.
Increase font size. Dim. Voiceover off.
Alright, all the mumbo jumbo. All the hoo-ha.
Voiceover on. CMAI. Decrease font size. Decrease font size. Decrease font size. Decrease font size. All rights reserved. Plus 2022. Hammerplatz 2 Oblivion.
Alright, Oblivion. This song is a very good opener. It does a very good job of opening the album. Good Middle Eastern feel. Then the guitars kick in, and it's like, oh my god. I was expecting this to be an intro track, and expecting this to be your basic intro track to lead into the next track, and then oh my god, Kelly Sundown Carpenter's vocals kick in, and oh man, you're in for a ride on this one. Oblivion is a good album opener, and then we jump into track 2, which is
Dead Man's Glory.
Dead Man's Glory. Dead Man's Glory was the first single from the album, released back on August 2 of 2019. Very good album track there. Now, it does sound a bit different than the single version. The single version has ocean waves crashing, and, it's supposed to represent ships sailing and things. But this has a bit of a different intro, but Kelly's vocals, oh my God. Kelly did such a great job on that, and he's such a good vocalist. The whole song as a whole is great. Now, moving on to number 3.
Invaders.
Invaders, the title track. This was the second single to be released off of the album. This was the first single to be released of 2022. And when I first heard about this, I was like, oh my God, holy shit. This is going to be fucking awesome. Oh my God. Because I knew that Kelly had done a good job on Dead Man's Glory. And I'm like, oh, this is going to be cool. So I'm listening to it, and I'm just in awe that they just released such a banger of a single. Such a great album. Such an amazing performance by the band as a whole. Moving on to number 4.
Heart of Darkness.
Heart of Darkness. Again, another good song. Very catchy. The riffs are great. The drumming is great. The picking patterns are great. The fretwork is great. Kelly's vocals, again, deliver top notch. Very good stuff. I highly recommend it. Very good song. And then we go on to Andersonville. Now, I'm going to give a little bit of history about this song. This song is a ballad. And again, Kelly's voice does an amazing job. And it's just like, oh my God, you get transported right back into that time period of 1864. And this song, it takes place during the Civil War, the American Civil War. And it is about the Andersonville prison that was in Andersonville, Georgia, and what it was like there. And oh my God, it's just like, I first heard it and my jaw dropped. I was like, wow, this is nuts. I mean, this is something that when I first heard, I was like, yes, I've got to buy this record and I've got to do a review of this. So when I first heard that song, I'm like, song, I'm going to buy it, I'm going to review it. I'm going to do a stream of this and give my thoughts on each track and go, from there. So, all right, moving on to the next song, number 6.
Carry On.
Carry On. Another catchy power track. Carry On is another good song. Again, Kelly's voice is amazing. I can't really find anything bad to say about this track. Good stuff. Very good riffs. Very good job by the band. And a very good song overall for this record.
Soldiers and Kings.
Soldiers and Kings. Okay, Soldiers and Kings is the next track, and it is amazing. Very, very heavy, very, very thrashy. Again, Kelly's voice is just so good that when I heard it, I was just like, oh, wow, this is so cool. Very good song here. And I'm kind of glad they didn't push this out as a single because it would have ruined the element of surprise for this song for me. But this was one of the songs that really took me by surprise after I listened to it on Spotify initially. I apologize for the burp. I listened to it on Spotify initially, was blown away by this song, and I was like, oh yes, I've got to buy this. And then moving on to the next track.
Warrior Soul.
Warrior Soul. This one, I'm going to be honest, I'm kind of on. I didn't know what to think. They could have maybe left this one on the cutting room floor, and I'm not trying to be nitpicky or criticize the band or anything like that. But honestly, if I would have been in charge, I would have cut Warrior Soul and maybe put another re-recording of an old classic on, or maybe another track altogether to kind of take its place, and left Warrior Soul off on the cutting room floor as a backtrack or an unreleased track.
Slaughterhouse.
All right. Slaughterhouse-Five. This song, when I first heard it, again, I was like, oh, wow, this is interesting. Um, what do I have to say? I'm not sure what it's about as far as the historical context, but it's very, very heavy, very aggressive, very, very melodic, very rage inducing. You can tell that the band really did a good job with this one as far as the guitars, the drums, the bass, and then Kelly's vocals just do a very good job of bringing it to life and bringing the concept of this song to life uh, in terms of the overall vocal piece. Then moving on to the next track,
Battle of Life.
Battle of Life. This was the most recent single that was released off of the album. Very good song. When I heard the song on Spotify, I was like, oh wow, I might consider this. I might consider this album. I might consider wanting to buy this. Very catchy song. I actually listened to it multiple times on Spotify. Actually, Kelly did an amazing job, as did the whole band. But Kelly's voice really stood out to me and did a very good job of bringing it to life. Very good. And now we go to the next track, which is, I think, a bonus track.
Bonus track.
Yes.
Custer's Last Stand.
All right, Custer's Last Stand. Now, this is a re-record of an old track off of the original Civil War EP. I have listened to both, so I can compare a little bit for you. The original version is good, very good. The delivery is great. The original singer, I forget his name, but he was the former lead singer of Astro Doors. Um, he was also the lead singer of this band for a while. Did a good job on this, and they decided to re-record it with Kelly Sundown Carpenter. And oh my God, when I heard this, I'm listening to it on Spotify, really rocking out, I hear Custer's Last Stand. I stopped. I stopped banging my head and just listened and reflected. And oh wow, Kelly Sundown Carpenter nailed this. He nailed this track perfectly. The vocals are perfect. The guitars are perfect. The drums are perfect. The bass is perfect. The chorus, holy hell, he does a good job at delivering that vocal and really making you feel for General Custer as Sitting Bull and the Sioux are preparing to take his life on that final day at Little Bighorn. I mean, you feel for him when you hear that vocal of Kelly Sundown Carpenter's. Now,
Ostro. McKenna.
all right, so.
See, messages. 325. Try again. Voiceover off.
All right, so. You're probably wondering, yo, Blind Metal Gamer, what are your thoughts as a whole on this album? I'm going to be very honest. As a whole, I like each individual track. With the exception of Warrior Soul. With Warrior Soul, they could have mixed that and maybe done another re-recording of maybe Forevermore, St. Patrick's Day, Gods and Generals, I Will Rule the Universe. Picked one of their other songs, or America, or maybe the track Civil War itself. Maybe picked another song or two, maybe to do as bonus tracks in place of Warrior Soul. Now, as far as the album itself, it's a good offering. I highly recommend it, and I bought it, like I said, 2 days. The day after it came out, I went and bought that sucker on Amazon, and I've got it right now. So you're probably wondering, do you recommend it, Blind Metal Gamer? What are your thoughts on this album? What are your thoughts on this heavy metal masterpiece? Is this something you recommend? Is this something you recommend that you avoid, Blind Metal Gamer? What's up? Well, I'm going to be honest with you. As far as a recommendation, I recommend it if you like power metal, if you like history, albums like The Glorious Burden by Ice to Earth, any of Sabaton's work, Baggers and Thieves by Falconer, that type of stuff, go for it and jump right on in. Or Civil War's previous work, jump right on in. What got it for me was, like I said, I heard Andersonville and Custer's Last Stand, the Battle of Life, Invaders, and a bunch of other stuff, and just it really hit home for me. And I was like, as a metal fan and as a historical fan of U.S. history and world history and all of that. So I was like, yeah, I've got to buy this. So definitely going to get it and do a review of it and give my thoughts. So, in conclusion, what's the one thing this album is missing? The one thing that I wish that Civil War would do, and if anybody from the band is watching this when it goes live on Twitch or on YouTube, is this. I hope that for the next album you guys do, I would like to suggest some sort of intro or a narrator. Sabaton did this for the Great War and for the War to End All Wars. For their historical editions, they had a lady narrate, kind of giving a synopsis of each song before they came in to the song itself. That would be cool for these type of albums, and here's why. It would give the listener context as to what the song is about. It'll give the listener um, a reason to kind of listen and learn about the history that the song is based on. It would just give the song more dynamic, and it would string them together in a way that is informative, educational, and meaningful while still keeping the band's heavy nature and sound. Now, I'm not going to nitpick and say the album's bad because this album totally kicks ass. It's a banger. And you want to know my honest to God thoughts? Go out, buy the album, add it to your collection. You will not regret it. You will be very satisfied with this. It's a very good album and one that comes highly recommended. Now, the next album I'm going to review live on the channel will be, when I get it, will be Iced Earth, Bang Your Head. That's the next one coming up. The kicker is, I don't know when I'm going to be getting it. It's not been released yet. But when it does come out, I will review it. Or if I don't review that one next, I will review whatever CD I buy next. So, either one or the other will be the next album review. So, as for future content, you can expect more great playthroughs, more album reviews, and much, much more. Until next time, as always, if you like what you see here on twitch.tv/BlindMetalGamer, give the channel a follow. Hit the big purple follow button. Also, if you like what you see, this will be premiering on YouTube on Wednesday, June 22nd at 7 p.m. So when you see this live on YouTube, if you like what you see and want more, hit that subscribe button and give the video a like. And feel free to leave a comment down below. I do have a question for everybody on YouTube. What is your favorite song off this album? Leave it in the comment section below and we'll talk about it. Until next time, I've been your host, Blind Metal Gamer, saying so long, everyone, and peace out.